All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. Welcome to Thursday night. Happy Thursday to you. Good evening, Bab. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Um, so yeah, this was gonna be a um a stream with Beth tonight, but she is under the weather. She has a migraine, so she's going to. We just got done eating dinner a while ago. She's waiting. She came right home from work about noon, 1 o'clock, and went right to bed. And now she's got the migraine hangover and is just gonna take herself to bed. So that's where we're at. So in the meantime, I have several things. There's a poll up, and I'll just leave that up for a while. That we could do tonight. We've got a couple sets I could build. That would take up some time. We've got the Eternals. This is kind of an older set. Remember when the Eternals came out? Remember this movie with like the 14 characters that were in it? This looks like it could have some good pieces in it. There's a lot of stickers for it, but it does look like it could have some neat pieces. So that's a possibility. Then there's also, this would be a pretty fast set. Police helicopter. It looks like one of these kind of very interactive toy sets. And then there's also, I could do studio stuff. So give your vote up in the chat, and we'll let this roll for a little bit. In the meantime, let's bring up I forget what site it is. Is it Brick Fans? I think it's Brick Fans. Hello, Missy. How are you doing? There's been some news. I don't know if it's Brick Fans or not. Has released a little bit of stuff. There's a new set coming out February 1st, the Kingfisher bird, which I think looks great. It's got some good colors in it. It's got that dark orange, or maybe that's nougat. And then like, I think that's just the dark sand blue. And then kind of that sky blue. I think this is really neat. I like the water feature on it. Somebody goes, hello, Johnny, how are you? Throw up your votes at the top of the chat, what you'd like to see. So far, Rockbreaker Design is winning. We'll give it 10, 15 minutes. Kind of threw me for a loop, Beth's migraine. I was like, oh, come on. I literally just put the thumbnail up, and she's like, I'm coming home with a migraine. I'm like, well, I hope you feel better. Yeah, so the Kingfisher design, somebody online I was reading was like, yeah, it looks fine. I wish it was a bit fluffier. And I'm like, it is Lego. Like they can't make it out of cotton. And for $50, I think that's a pretty good set, you know. For 834 pieces, I would expect it to be 80. See, they're all over the map with this. There's no figures, and there's no IP, so they can get away with not charging all that much. 834 pieces, that should be $80 to me. At least 70, but for $50, it's pretty good. Pretty good, and it'll go real well with all the birds over here. So I'm excited about that. What else is going on? Yeah, the cattail is great in the background. I don't like, what other Lego news is going on? Nothing is stopping a person from flocking the set. Let's see, Brick Fan. I think that's another news site. There's an Amazon sale for a Sonic set. Ooh, Venus Flytrap. I hadn't seen this. So an Ideas supporter an idea set got 10,000. So that's probably going to be one. That's not a Venus Flytrap. Oh, it's white flowers that go with it. Okay, cool. I didn't realize it was a flowering plant. That's pretty cool. Avatar gets 10,000 supporters. I don't know. I might build that. I always like me a Sky Bison. Spirited Away got 10,000. That's not too bad. New bricks and minifigs tomorrow. Build a minifig. So I guess at the store, I don't know. Do they do that online too? This is massive. There's no way this gets made, but I mean, who knows? Kingfisher looks great. Ninjago micro set for some rewards. Bricklink designer program pre-orders begin February 7th. Let's flip over to Bricklink. I got my first Bricklink spam today. What's up, Greg? Throw a vote up in the chat. So far, Rockbreaker design. So give it a few more minutes and we'll do that. Get ready to pre-order. So let's see what's available to pre-order. These are the sets that you can pre-order for the next Bricklink designer program. These are expensive, so especially this top row here, Mountain Fortress, Old Train Shed, and Parisian Street. They look really good. I especially like kind of the customizable bit of the back here. Cool. I guess we're doing Rockbreaker. This general store looks pretty good. Might get that. I like the way it kind of has a old-timey rundown feel to it. The Snack Shack looks pretty good for that cost. Let's take a look at it real quick. It's fine. I've seen better Airstream trailers, but you know, maybe if this is a printed tile, which it won't be. So not too bad. If you got a food truck or something, thing going on, you could always do that. So the BDPs have always been kind of expensive. Like I think I've got one. I think I got the aquarium, and that's only because I liked the designer. The beer tonight is from Starbase Brewing. It's called the Terraformer. I don't know what kind of beer it is. I've had these. It's the official brewery of Mars. Ooh, that's weird tasting. You know what? Now that I remember that, I remember not... Oh, it's a Martian-style red ale. It's got kind of a skunky flavor to it. You got to talk to the designer that did the old train shed. Really? That's pretty cool. I was talking to... So there's the group that I'm in, and there's two guys in that group, and one of them is also kind of the ambassador for our big event, Brick Rodeo. He's an ANE, which is it's a AFOL networking event. That's a nested acronym if you're looking for fun stuff. So he's the ambassador for that, right? And then there's another guy in our group who's also an RFLM with his own channel, Brady Joyner Bricks. And so we have like a chat together, the three of us, kind of keep talking to each other about Lego stuff and about the groups and all this kind of stuff. And they're going back and forth about, we're talking about getting our holiday gift from the land, which we finally got. And they kept going, oh yeah, and I met this guy, and I met this guy, and I met this guy, and I'm really glad that this guy's doing this thing, or this lady's doing this thing. And I'm like, I have no idea who any of these people are. Like, I buy a set, I build it. That's where it kind of ends. I felt this way about comics too. It's like I buy them and I read them, or I make the artwork I want for whatever. And I very rarely had the lore of who's doing what and kind of that kind of thing. So anywho, let's close some of this stuff. And we'll go ahead and get started on, I guess we'll do the design then. We'll start opening up Rockbreaker designs. You guys are glutton for punishment, right? So yeah, I apologize for not having Beth here to talk about mental health and build Lord of the Rings Lego, but again, she was not feeling well. So gave her the night off. Maybe I can talk her into being here on Sunday morning. So let's fire up. Has recovered a file. Oh, I was doing the instructions for this. So I don't think I want, well, I think I've already saved it. Don't save. That's fine. I'll hate myself later when I don't have it done right. So let's see, open recent, Rockbreaker. All right, well, here we are again with this guy. And also, since I'm not building, I'm going to dim the lights by 1 so it's not a million degrees in here and super bright. I am building something. This is our build theme for January. There's no theme, but one of the seed parts is purple air tanks, right? So I took apart one of my dream sets, the bunny, and because there was a little bit of purple in that, and I liked the other colors in it, I found all the colors that I could in my set. So I'm trying to build a little space scene with the colors from the bunny and some purple. So he's picked up some of his purple tanks from the wall there so he can, do stuff. So I need to finish the floor, put some more wall stuff on here, do some fun stuff with like computers and whatever down here. That's it. I'm not going to get too carried away with it. That's where I'm headed. Any plans for the weekend? Funny you should say that. How about you? Do you have any plans for the weekend? I have several. Streaming on Sunday with Beth. That will be thing 1. Hopefully. She's feeling better. Where's that item? There's always one image, and I should just bookmark everything. I don't know why I can never find it. Oh, there it is. Right there. There, fine. Let's see what else. This Saturday, we're doing a draft. Our lug is going to be doing a draft for these. With these, I should say. This Dreams Mrs. Castillo's house or whatever. No, Stable of Dream Creatures. So most people have 2 of these. There's a huge sale out of Walmart. I think Amazon's got them for like 40% off right now. So at 2 p.m. Saturday, we'll be doing a draft. And then shortly after that, at 5 or 6, we're doing, our friends are getting together to do a murder box. One of those things you get that several boxes, and it's supposed to be mailed to you once a month, but you can also just get the whole set if you want, and break them up into like dinner parties. And each box has a set of clues, and you're supposed to solve this murder based off the clues that are given to you. So this one takes place at a Renaissance festival. So we're all like, yeah, we should do that one. All right, so the next thing is going to be, I think I need to work on like gussing up the front here a little bit, making this work better before I go any farther back. I just don't like the way this doesn't look like that. It just doesn't. It's close. But I may be making it, I may make this so it doesn't. All right, so let me ask you this. Let me ask you something. So if you were to go to, because I wrestle with this, if you were to go to Rebrickable, and let's say you're a fan of a certain intellectual property and somebody has built something on Rebrickable and you really like it and it looks good. But when you get it, it doesn't, let's say it's a creature of some kind, an animal or a dragon or some sort of fantastic creature or a robot or a mech or something like that. And it looks good, but it doesn't really move a whole lot. How would you feel about that? Because I'm struggling with the mobility of this guy. For the most part, everything in this game, it moves like an animal would, right? Its head moves, its body twists, its torso kind of, at least is flexible in the middle. And I've done my best to do that with a lot of these things. But when they get really like thick, especially here in the neck, and you've got a joint in here, you have to leave room to be able to move. And I'm not really sure how to do that. Other than making a giant cavity, right? And then have the joint in here and then have nothing else attached to it until it gets out here. So like have a very thin area and a joint. And so that can like move around like this, right? Which is what I was trying to do with this kind of big empty area right here, but I don't think I did that right. So that's what I'm struggling with, to make it look good, which is a whole lot easier just to build this out with these slopes versus being able to like pose it a little bit, right? There's not a ton of movement options in this, back and forth a little bit. I don't think we could even move this up and down really. Like, I think it's restricted to kind of moving down a little bit. But it's got some side-to-side movement. Should be able to move pretty freely side to side. I don't know why it's giving me problems like that, but... Oh, because it isn't all connected. What does not connect? And then use duct tape. If you can't fix it, duct it. That's why it's not moving, because something is not connected. See that piece right there? This is not connected to it for whatever reason. So what we can do is, now that we know that's should be there, we will take this and reattach it. Oh, that's why it doesn't like that gear there. Huh. How come that never showed up as a problem before? That is really interesting. Because there are two plates here. All right, cool. Save. Flex tape. I want some king cake. Oh, thanks for the reminder. I need to go get some. I need to get a line on my king cake for this year. Now it should move pretty well. Set that back to 0. And what about up and down now? Yeah, up or down, no, it doesn't work. But it should be able to move down a little bit. So maybe just fill this out a little. Let's see what we can do here. And then maybe this weekend I might also go see with my son Godzilla. I am just going to do an inverted slope. And just see what it looks like. Yeah, I know. I just sometimes do this so I can challenge myself a little bit, but at some point. See, the other thing is, I don't know if these chains are going to allow it to move all that much. It's got plenty of motion there. Got plenty of range of motion. But I think the chains up top are going to be keeping it from moving all that much. It shouldn't be able to move up. See, my thing is I want it to be able to... I think the things will buckle a little bit if I move it up, so that's good. So with it down like that, let's go 0. Yeah, they're also gonna twist here. They're not gonna be... Oh, I forgot to attach these up here somehow. Oh, I think what I was gonna do is do... Before I forget... Plate... Another plate, and then a tile. I have a feeling that will work. It'll just look really weird. So, but this also needs to be black, and these need to be dark gray. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. What am I going to do for Mardi Gras? Sometimes we have a friend who likes to not do a crawfish boil, but he sometimes likes to get together with some food items, but I don't know. When is Mardi Gras this year? Oh, the 13th. I don't know. Beth has a birthday early February. I think we might be doing something the weekend before. So by Mardi Gras time, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of old now, so I don't know if going out, finding some place in Austin to party on Mardi Gras is a thing for me or not. Be broke throwing beads. Yeah. Here's $20. Give me some beads. All right. Let's see if we can I'm gonna just do some... Okay, where did that go? Yeah. Just gonna put this, another one of these in here to kind of fill it in. So it looks okay from there. That's fine. Let's see. Need to hold these guys together. And so the next thing is going to be, let's see. We need a big old sack under here. I don't know how big this sack is. And it's 2 sacks on either side with a... This is great. I love these toys that show like the best images you can get a hold of, because it's not mired with a bunch of like extra weird CGI that you can't figure out. Save your money and party at home. Multigasm Geek, how's it going? If something overtakes Rockbreaker design in the poll before the end of the night, we'll switch to it. But as of now, we're doing this. So it looks like got a couple sack things under here. I'm trying to figure out a good size and a good thing. What I might do is you can do these cylinder, half cylinder, these guys. But I think these are too big because you can get some of these in different colors, like trans neon orange. I don't think I want trans neon orange though. Those don't really glow as much as I would think. See, those are Blaze. I think that's Blaze canister. So they should be green for the most part. Does that look green to you as well? That's a garbage. Okay, so yeah, let's try green. So this is it's from the game Horizon Zero Dawn. Again, so if you don't already know, this is my current obsession. And this is one of the bigger animals called a rockbreaker. And I wasn't going to originally make this one. This is the last one of the machines to be made. Because I've made everything else. But it's such a weird shape that I was really worried that I wasn't going to be able to figure out how to do it. That's not anywhere. Yeah, it needs to be more under that. These things need to be bigger. I need to go back and redo these. So this is like a giant, kind of like a mole. It's a big mole. It burrows underground. It's hard to tell from this angle how big it really is. I wonder if I've got an image with it and Aloy. So you can kind of see how big it is. There's one where it's kind of like she's right next to its head. It's a great image. That's kind of a good shot, but she's pretty far away from it. I wouldn't say it's as big as a thunder job, but it's fairly substantial. And you fight it in this big quarry, right? You go up to this quarry and they're like, there's some monster here and it's killed a bunch of my men. And you're like, well, I'll go investigate it. So you jump down in this quarry and you know, it's one of those, this is going to be a boss fight because it's a big flat area, right? Plenty of room to run in circles running away from this thing. And it's got occasional barrels that you can kind of shoot at to blow it up. But what this thing does is it goes under the ground and you can't really tell where it's going to come up. And it suddenly just comes up like this and then goes back down. Or it leaps out of the ground at you. And then it like lays on the ground and like kind of shoots rocks at you and all this stuff. So it's kind of hard to beat because half the time it goes underground and you can't shoot at it. So that's what it is. Earlier we were talking about new stuff coming out, like the Kingfisher. You guys up on the Kingfisher? You're gonna get that? Oh, that's entirely too big. This might be something I do with just 2x2 round bricks instead. These can be green, trans neon green. I can do a couple canisters of that, like that, just next to each other, underneath. Can any of these be in that color. Let's take all these out here because I don't know for sure which one is which. Let's see which ones can be that color, if any of them. None of them. Cool. How about... I don't think this can be, can it? Nope. Cool. Either of these. One of these I think could be because you could get it with, yeah. So, what I might do is have this be... and turn it around so it attaches up here, kind of nicer. And then we've got an underview kind of here where it's got kind of a thing. And we've got more chains under here, so we got to figure out how to put chains in here. I think we could probably repeat this. It's not going to be a whole lot of chains. But... do a round plate. Let's get it attached first before I get too crazy with it. So these things, there's like this big, baggy, fleshy, like, lack of a better term, it's like the bag of a vacuum right here, but they're like metal. So it's so hard to like figure out how to make some of this stuff. This is gonna go. That's gonna have to get out of the way. Plate round. We're just gonna put a... This is a great piece because it comes in black, right? Yeah. Could also do this, which, God, almost hooks on. I wonder if the wheels. Let's get a chain link down here. Let's see what happens. Hi, puppy. I want to say that these are the same width as the wheels. So compatible parts should include these wheels. Are these wide enough? Look at that. Oh. Well, hang on. Raise them up a little bit. No way of knowing, really, because I'm not going to be able to see it. But, kind of looks like that would fit. Let's go down a little bit. Right? Doesn't that look like it kind of fits? Right there? Now the trick is getting it to fit in here. It's not wide enough. Ooh. But that's fun. These don't come in black, I don't think, either. Yeah. These do. What I need is something this thin. I wonder... wait a minute. Oh, I need to try this out for real. think it's going to be a little small. Yeah. That probably won't fit. It'll come right out. But I mean, I don't know. That's kind of nice. It's kind of neat. Kind of would be a neat connection. But if we were to take this, the hushed model, and oh wait, take that and that, and release. And move. So how's everybody's week been? You been doing okay? Working hard? Hardly working? All right, so we know this connection works. It's kind of fudgy, but it works. Instead of this, we do round plate. Oh, I don't even need a round plate. Let's just stick an axle in there. Axle 2L. In black. Because I know they come in black. And then, sweet. Got a way to hook up your chain to the front there. All right. Long work week. My week was good, but almost over. Yep, tomorrow's Friday. Thank bejesus. All right, so this has to go from basically its arm to here. So that's not going to be many chains. So let's move one of these over here and see how we can get this hooked up. Needs to move a little faster than that. So that fits in there. Can probably go back a little bit. Can't really tell from this angle where it kind of goes, but I think right about there. Now there's like a spine that kind of goes down the middle of this here. Let's duplicate this. Uh-oh, did I forget the pin? Yeah, sure did. So I spent the week watching, not only was I watching women's hockey and men's hockey, because the Avalanche are playing too, and they're doing pretty well, but I was watching Echo as well. Got to watch a little bit of Echo, and it was pretty fun. I liked it. Wasn't, perfect cinema or perfect television, but it was I found the story pretty engaging. I felt all the actors were phenomenal, and yeah, it was. I really like Vincent D'Onofrio. He was really good, and the lady playing Echo is really great. Maya. Vincent D'Onofrio kept saying Maya, like he was about to die. Make these as groups so I can move them a little better. Yeah, it was good. It's 5 episodes, real short. They're only like half hour each, so I mean it's like a 2.5 hour movie. You can binge the whole thing at once on a weekend. I liked it because it was a pretty good, simple. It's in that Fisk, um, Daredevil, uh, Spider-Man kind of street level. They keep saying street level um, type of show. So the idea is maybe they would bring back Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, um, probably maybe Iron Fist if they could write him a little better. Um, but that's sort of there was the show The Defenders on Netflix, which was like they had all these guys come together and it was these show, but then they went the way of non-canon and which just sucks because like Jennifer Jones and Daredevil were actually quite good. Um, I would hazard an opinion and say they were very good. Luke Cage was fine. Luke Cage was fine. I honestly didn't watch Iron Fist. Not that I didn't want to. It never got on my radar. So I was kind of like, well, all right. Let's see. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Let's see if we can get a plate 3 and just see if these will connect. Nope. I think it's more than 4 though. Just more than 4. But do they kind of bulge out at all? Maybe a little bit. Slightly more than 3. Let's see what else. I think that's it. I want to say I was watching something Star Wars related, but I can't remember. I don't think so. I think I'm just going back and rewatching the movies from the beginning, and I'm reading from a certain point of view the Empire Strikes Back collection of short stories. That's pretty good. I think that could go over a little more. And then this all needs to be filled in somehow. See, these things need to be like a lot lower. And bigger. So I'm going to redo all this. That was fun, but so yeah. So that's what's going on with me. Lately. Got next week is a short week because we've got MLK Day off. Pretty excited about that. Beth doesn't get it off. She's a little upset. It's funny because they're like, yeah, there was talk about getting it off, but they ended up not. And I'm like, why would you not get New Year's Day off? But they're like, yeah, we might get MLK Day off. That seems really mean. That's empty in there, so I have to figure something out for that. Round plate. Gonna be real simple about this. Try to make it real easy on myself. Let's do ingot. Yeah, Echo was good. The actor who plays Maya is pretty fantastic, and then they got a lot of buy-in from the Choctaw nation in making the show, so that was very cool. God, that's still not like really what I want. This would probably work fine, but then I'd need a third thing over here, and I think I just ran out of room. I don't think I could put another one of these over here. That's just too far over. So still not done with well, not done. Still playing Diablo 4. I'm about level 69. Nice. And I tried, there's those capstone dungeons where it's like you get to a certain point and you go beat this one thing and then you can change the whole world to be a higher level. And I'm at the second to highest level. I'm on Nightmare, and the next one is Torment. And you really can't keep going unless you hit Torment, and then you can unlock a few other things. But so I thought, well, I'm at 68 and this is recommended 70 or up. Surely I can go do it. And I was fine. Like, I got all the way through, and then I faced the last guy, like the boss of the dungeon. And I was like, okay, I can do this. And, you know, his little health meter's going down. And you get to like certain breaks along the way where he spits out health potions. And I'm like, cool. I'm, you know, max 9 health potions. I can probably get through. I get about halfway through it. I'm at about 5. I'm just waiting him to spit out a few more. And then he gets to a certain point. I almost beat him. And he just like calls forth all these demons. And I'm just running in a circle while this flood of like, and if I turned around to like do one little move, they'd swarm me and kill me. So I'm like, well, I need to be able to tank this a little better. So I'm like, well, okay, I'll level up. Fine, I'll level up. So I'm just running around the world trying to level up all over the place. Which, if you've played any of those games, you know just takes forever. I'm so over this section right here. What about a utensil? Come on, utensils, solve my ills. That was one thing when I was building this little space thing. I was trying to get all these different colors. I'm trying to keep with the color theme in here, right? So that color blue, coral, because we've got coral trash cans that I want to put in here somewhere. That was one of the seed parts. Yellow, red, I'm just going to stick red in there for the between the pipes. That's fine for me. And then dark blue for the tiles on the floor. And then after that, I'm like, all right, no more new colors. But I've got like nothing I can really build like neat little greebly things out of in these colors. Like everything is either a big brick, in which I don't have a lot, or like just a slope of some kind. Like there's no fun little doodad pieces in any of these colors. So I'm like, now what? I think I've been sitting too long. My back hurts. Get those kind of things where you're like, yep, I need to go for a walk. These guys again? Those don't come in white, do they? They do. How do I make this work? That actually looks pretty good. Nope. And then these that don't come in white. I know this doesn't come in white. It does. Oh my good. Oh my goodness. Really? These nozzles come in white? That is crazy pants. Huh. Well, if those nozzles come in white, that's a whole new game. Maybe I can do this a couple times with some clippy things on them. Clip. Shoot, just maybe that. Yeah, let's just do that for now. I'll figure something else out later. Didn't realize those came like that. I would be okay getting a bucket full of these from the, okay, what is going on? From the pick-a-brick wall or something. Speaking of that, I still need to get a lot of wedge plates for doing landscape work. I think I may have bitten off more than I can chew with this landscape, but I'll see what I can come up with. All right. Oops. I was kind of hoping for a clip. Oh, you know what? These are pretty good. These come in white. These are old. Yeah, $6. No thanks. Never mind. These are pretty good. I think these are only black. Black and dark purple. There's an odd color for you for a thing. Black, dark purple, and flat silver. All right. What about these new Fang things? What colors do those come in? Light nougat and tan. All right. Never mind. There's always robot arms. Pretty sure these come in white. Oh, I have an idea. Let's get rid of these, but remember that white nozzles exist. Let's do a round. Modified tile round. Bunch of these guys. Get that guy in there. Bob's your uncle. And that can be dark gray or black. Why does this want to go in there? That's weird. And then this last one can be just a clip bar holder. This guy. Should be bending the other way, maybe. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, let's make this all go in here, shall we? Cool. Copy and mirror. What is everybody working on in terms of Lego lately? What do you got going on? You got a big set you're working on? I know Johnny just finished the museum. I don't know what Vab's working on right now. I've missed his last couple streams. I feel like a terrible fan because of it. Let's just be real simple. This is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 by 6. Let's do 4 by 4 plates. Any plans for the coming week? That's just a big old honking brick hanging out there. Don't need to be like that. Let's do log. What rolls downstairs, a loner in pairs, rolls over your neighbor's dog. Great for a snack and fits on your back. It's log, log, log. I will be starting the Seinfeld set next week and getting ready for my competition. By the way, 27th, 28th, is that when you're doing it? International Lego Day. Johnny, keep an eye on Johnny Builds YouTube site. We'll be going for a record. Fastest Millennium Falcon, UCS Millennium Falcon build. So make sure, and he'll have it on live stream, but it won't be like an interactive live stream. It'll be just a camera watching him do his thing, and it's gonna be a while, right? I got the instructions for Brickheadz Squirtle. Nice. That's pretty cool. Let's see. That looks pretty good. So let's just keep rolling with this. And brick. World record attempt, hoping to break 10 hours. So what time are you starting? So 10 hours starting from a certain time, like 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., something like that? Or are you going to have any breaks? Oh, I hate that. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, no, there it is. Okay. $10 a.m. All right. So that'll put you at 7:30. So 10 a.m. Eastern. So at about 9 a.m. our time on the 27th. Find out what I'm doing. Make sure I have my calendar clear. Nothing going on. Really? Yeah, cool. We got our Texlag meeting before that. Brickfest live before that, which is coming up this weekend, which I'm encouraging people not to go to. Dreams Draft, Murder Box. We've got a Brick Rodeo sorting party. I have fillings next week. That's going to be fun. Are you going to do any pre-game like rituals to get yourself into it? Do you do any warm-ups? Do you have any practice things that you can do? I'm going to do a bar 4L. And I think this can go through here. Hold it together. Oh, I can't. Whoops. Oh, is this like a top only? Yes. God. No frills or fluff in the way. No, that's fine. That's what we want. We want to see. We want to be able to pop in, pop out, check on your progress. That kind of stuff. Good night's sleep and get there early and get ready. Hydrate. Make sure you're hydrated a couple days before. You'll probably forget to drink while you're doing stuff. So, why is this suddenly not working? Does it just move too far back? What's going on? Oh, it's just pinching. These things have like the worst range of motion. Fine. Fine, I'll make it work. Ugh. Nope. This needs to be... All right, so I can't do that. I was going to put a bar in here to stabilize these so I could use them to connect to something over here, but we'll just have to hope that it's strong enough to do that on its own. Because I'm thinking I'm going to angle this so it can be 1x3 round. Actually, what I'll probably do... Gonna be fun challenge. Think I see lots of places where I can make up time. Cool. Yeah, go through the instructions ahead of time. You said you've built it once before. Just go through the instructions and look for places that are like, you can do, repeat this times 4. It's like, I'm going to do 4 of these right off the bat. Yeah, good luck, man. That's going to be fun. Technic brick. It's a pretty solid connection, and I can turn it. So what I want to do is now I want to get one. What's up, James? Ignore me slipping in the back half. Uh-oh, we've got, what's the vote now? Oh, it's still Rockbreaker design. Cool. Nothing's overtaken it. We're just talking about how Johnny's going to be doing a record. Is it an official world record, like Guinness World Record, or is it like Brickfest Lives or International Lego Day record or something like that? He's going to be doing a UCS Millennium Falcon build on the 27th for the record. So let's see. We do plate 3. Why can't I just look up plate? 2x3 plate. So let's take these guys over here and see what works. And have these sort of angled slightly. Just slightly. Just slightly. I think I can put round bricks up here without them getting in the way. Log. And then another one of those. So that should be good. Yeah, official Guinness World Record attempt. Nice. Current record is 10 hours and 21 minutes. We'll be pulling for you. Tech Slug will be pulling for you. Well, me and Missy will. I think James may actively be rooting against you. I don't know. All right, so this will be placed in here. And this will all be... Can we all do dark gray on this? Yep. All right. And then, ow. Actually, we'll do... it's a 1x3. Hang on real quick. Hey, Beth. You're still on the couch. You could have been in here streaming with me. You're half asleep right now. Your public demands it. And I don't think they care about me much anymore. I think they just want their Beth. Let's see. I think I'm going to do the same, almost the exact same arms. In fact, I don't see why I wouldn't just copy and paste this entire arm. So let's move this out of the way for a hot second. Can I put that on top of that? No. That needs to be 4 wide. So let's copy and mirror. I'm just going to group these together so I don't have to worry about it for now. James, are you going to get a kingfisher? Don't know if I've asked the lug that or not, or if the lug has talked about it. I know it's come up on the Discord, the news of the set. Is this higher or lower? It looks like it's exact same level. And it's right after that. So we can put, let's just keep this. Nope. Let's do plate. That color. There. There. That looks like it needs to be farther apart. Okay. That needs to be farther, like way farther back. Oh, I don't know what I was thinking with that. I'll get some of the parts when they are in bricks and pieces. All right. You rated Colleen Walmarts today for discounts? I think I meant to put this here and then put these on top. Because that goes farther back. It doesn't need to be under there. My cursor is panning all over the place again now, and I'm losing track. All right, so I am not going to make this segment movable up to its second joints. So this can be a 4x6 plate. 4x6 plate, I emphasized the wrong syllable. 4x6, get in there, get in there. There we go. Again with the gray. Did you just drive up there to see if there was any discounts, or do you know ahead of time that there were discounts on stuff? Did you call ahead and be like, hey, yo, you got me some discounts? What you got? Did Dove go in there and strong arm people? It's a little better. I think I could go farther back. Although I don't know. What did we decide? This was the Thunderjaw. This was the Trampler. This was this guy. So I have till that far back to get that tail. Okay, I can see that. Yeah, I think we're in a good spot. Oh, whoops. Come on, yo. Save. Dove went a different direction from Austin. Okay, she went to Buda. Knew there were discounts today at Walmart's in general. There's an email list where people are posting it nationally. Interesting. Divide and conquer. Okay, so that needs to connect just under these legs. So how do I do that? Let's try just throwing this under here and seeing what it looks like. Not great. Not bad. Not great. I think it needs to be farther forward. And a little higher up. Maybe even further forward than that. Except that's right on line with that. We'll just fill in this area underneath with stuff. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. Just got to fill in this area with things. Brickpicker Forum has an email subscription function. We watched that. Luckily, there wasn't a lot to do at work today. So I left very early, hit 10 stores in about 10 hours. My goodness. Sometimes I wish I had like the... Not the income, because I think I have the income to be able to do that. But the planning and the discipline to be able to say, I don't want that Kingfisher February 1st. But Walmart has some sales on stuff that was out 9 months ago. And I'm going to get those, and I'm going to get a bunch of them, and I'm going to take them apart, and I'm going to sort some pieces, and I'm going to keep a handful of sets, or I'm going to sell some minifigs, make up some money for what, it cost me to get all this, and then keep that in an account that it's only used for Lego. And whatever I make off that, that's what I use for the next time something like this happens. But I don't, because I'm just like, go get the thing now. All right, so that's technically attached. So what do you think I'm going to do? Yeah, I drove out to Elgin one time thinking, because I was using the Brick Picker site, and I was looking for, I think this was back when they had the $25 AT haulers. I was like, oh, I'll go grab one of those. And I hit like 2 or 3 here and couldn't find them. And then there was like, nope, we got 3 out in Elgin. So I drove all the way out to Elgin, and there was nothing out there. And I'm like, oh my God, so bummed. And ever since then, I'm like, you know what? Not worth it for me. Would be worth it for some people. Like if they want to do that, like I think you and Sin do it real well. Just getting the stuff that you want. But I'm like, I don't, that's just not for me. Oh, I wish I could have got this arm when it was still... Okay. Can I hide that? And then I just have to select all of this. Minus that. Did I get everything? Let's keep that. So let's group that. I'm just doing this so I can like hide things, and it makes it a little easier to... Don't need these at all anymore. Hide that. No. What are you doing? Just that. Yeah, I was using BrickSeek. I think that's everything. They can't scrape Walmart data right now. Okay, so I want to hide all this. Hide that. Okay, cool. So now, because I know those legs are there. Oh, I should have left... can I take that out of the group? Which group is that? Unlock that. Find this. Take that out of the group. And then lock that group. So now that's on its own, yeah? Shoot. Thought I did that right. All right, so unlock. Take it out of the group. Let's cut it. Regroup. And then paste. Okay. this, unlock, cut, lock, paste. Okay, so now I can hide the legs. All right. Cool. Ooh, this guy's being a pain in the butt. Uh-oh, rolled over my mic cord. Hang on. This is about to go wrong. All right, so the chains are going to connect from here underneath here to somewhere in here. So we're going to keep that in mind. Probably where this thing is right here. So I'll keep that in mind there. But for now, I want to fill this whole area up and close these off so they are stable. So first things first, this is how many bricks in there? 3. This doesn't need to be that color. Let's make it black. And actually, can this go over the top of that? Probably not. Yeah, probably not. Okay. So let's just leave that, and then we'll put that on top of this. Okay, that's good. Keep rolling over cords under here. My job would probably be flexible enough to be able to pull stuff like that off. Just go for, you know, a couple hours early or something like that. I don't want to abuse it too much, but this looks like it's got this whole thing under here. I don't know how we're going to do that either. I don't necessarily think that I needed to turn these. I think they would have just been fine. Straight. Because I don't think those chains are going to do anything special up in here. So I'll probably go back and fix that. Let's hinge these back to normal. I don't think they need to be angled. I think that was just a fun thing to do. I think it still looks fine. And then I can put something underneath it here to act as whatever this thing is. Can't abuse it too much because I can't have employees expect to do the same all the time. Yeah, same. Yeah, knowing that I can skip out if I need to for like something Lego related or something personal, as long as I'm like not really taking advantage of it, then I'm okay. You know, I've also been there for almost 20 years, so I think I would have to do something like really egregious to violate something like that. So let's put this in here. It's probably going to be a better way to do a lot of this stuff. Gonna get in the way? Yeah, probably. Well, let's try it. You're so ready for the first to get here? What are you getting on the first, Greg? Nope, that doesn't fit. I think what I wanted this to do is be angled down a little bit. I think that's what I was wanting to do. Instead of just be straight, because I mean, look at that. That's slightly... I think I'm just gonna, I think this is it. I think I'll just leave it like that. Okay, cool. Me too. Me too, me too, me too. Is there anything I can put up in here? Can I put a plate up in there? I can. Cool. Do black. So Dune and maybe Kingfisher. We'll have to see if there's a GWP to go along with it to dictate whether I get, whether I, push it from 200 to 250. I have a gift card I can use, so I'm not too worried. No such thing as a 3x4, so we're gonna do a 2x4 here. Hold that in place. Black. And then we're gonna do another one of these up here. Oh wait, we can, yeah, that's good. Let's do more logs. And since we've got a 2x4 log here, let's do a 2x4 log in between here. That way this whole thing's looked like that. All right, cool. Just Dune will hold me until March for the Speed Champions. Nice. So yeah, starting... See, I will actually be at the store February 1st. I've put it on my calendar that I have a personal I think I took that day as a personal day. No, I need to mark down that I'll be out for an appointment. Because I think that day they open at 9. So I want to make sure, and it's a Thursday. So hopefully, because it's a Thursday and school will be in session, that there won't be a ton of people. And not many people are going to go for the ornithopter. But I can still see a large line at the store. So you may have actually accidentally ordered the tumbler. Is there a new Batman tumbler? Let's go ahead and save this. All right, so this is all solid and shored up. Doesn't look great, but it's solid and shored up. Let's figure out how to attach the tail. So the tail is going to be a big swingy thing. Now, there used to be hinges that were these old... I don't think they still make them. These guys. I don't know what colors they come in. Black, but they've got to be old. $3 and $2. Dark bluish gray. Oh, okay. So maybe they're not as old as I thought. 8 cents and this. Okay, this is perfect. I almost want to replace all the stuff in here with these two. I don't care if this head moves up and down or not. I almost feel like just side to side. I didn't think these are loose. They're very loose. So like the little ball joints that I've been using, the ball and socket joints, like the little ones, not the big ones. Those at least have some friction. These do not. These have zero friction. So, but I kind of want to use this for the tail. Like I feel like because, and here's why. When you build up, I'm gonna put this in here somewhere. When you build up around it, let's say the hinge for the tail starts right after these legs, right? It's got this sort of built-in, see the joint right here is very small. This has some friction, but you can't build anything around it, right? It goes up and down and side to side, but that's why you can't build anything around it unless you build like a whole cavity. You have to build a system where like the socket's right here, and then there's like a cavity around it, right? And then the ball joint or the other joint goes in there, and then you can kind of build around it, right? So it rotates around it like this. Yeah. To the extent that it can bump into stuff, right? It can't go very far, and the back half has to be a little flared out because it still has to be able to, it has to be able to move. If you make it as big as the other side, it won't be able to move. But these guys, at least from the side, they're already built up. Like you could put a bunch of stuff over the top of this and up right next to it, and it would still, it would still work. It would still move. Or you could put two of them together. Because this is a thick boy tail here. We just did this. I got 2 bricks. This may be a lot of fun here. So, and actually, it's like a brick and a plate, right? So I remember these from the, I think the best example I had of these was the Megacore Magnetizer, which was an M-Tron set. Had 2 of these, 2 big black ones in the middle. And yeah, there was no... See, look, you can... Don't even need to look through there. 1, 2, 3. That's a little big, but... But yeah, you could do something like this. And have the tail move a little bit. This is more segmented. Like I probably will still use some, but... The big 2021 one. Oh, okay, cool. I still have the first one. Doesn't have a year. Ruined my desk. Hang on a second. Whatever this one is. Ooh, it's dusty. Gotta get my watercolor brush on it. This guy. Hard to see. Friend of mine got it, and needs to be dusted anyway. I'm going to take it down. But yeah, this one actually looks kind of cool. A little dusty. But it's been up on that shelf forever. Friend of mine was into Lego, and then he got out of Lego. And he wanted to sell a bunch of stuff. So he sold this to me for like $150. And I was like, yeah, I'll take it. And then he got back into Lego. And now all he does is buy brick vault models and rebrickable models and just these giant cars and spaceships and aircrafts. And he'll get like 2 or 3 of the medieval blacksmith and like build like a little town out of it. And I'm like, do you would you like to join our lug? You know, you're 5 minutes away from me. I can tell you when we go. We can hang out. He's like, nah, I'm good. I like doing what I'm doing. I'm like, all right. So we occasionally will chat about Lego and stuff, but not terribly often. So I think I might like to do this. Get rid of these two. I don't need it to be real thick. I just need it to move a little bit. I think this would be great. And I think as long as it hinged right behind the legs, that's all I need it for it to do. And then I can do, I can do it again. A little farther back. And then just taper the whole thing off. And that should get me to the end. Pretty close to the end here of the tail. Just need a little cone. That way too, I can make this kind of thin. It doesn't have to be hugely, can't really tell from some of these angles what the tail thickness looks like, but I don't want AO in all these. I love the Speed Champion size of that. Technic would be smaller and let you have more segments. Yeah, probably. Trying to think of how I could do that. Like lift arms. So could do these kinds of lift arm things. Technic pin. I forget. One of these is the right one. That is not it. Is it this one? One of these is like no sense. It's like 0 cents. That's not it. I thought it was this one, but these, well, a penny. Okay, so it's probably that one. They make the plates with pinholes. It's the 1x5 plate. These guys. I think you're thinking of these guys. There's a couple others with the ratchet kind of things on them too. There's also, so you could also accompany those with the plate, these guys, and 1x3 plate. 1x3 round plates too, so you can stack a lot of these and get a good segmented kind of thing. 3172. Let's see if they have it. Have I been to the Beaumont area? I've driven through the Beaumont area. Oh yeah, these go up and down though. You'd have to turn them sideways. Yeah, so these are. I thought about that. Um, this would be technically a swivel plate, or yeah, because they've got like these, right? That you can use those. Um, you can also do 1x2 plate hole. I forget. This is the other one that you can do. These two, but these you have to turn sideways to get it because I don't want it to go up and down. I want it to go side to side. So the Beaumont area, I have driven through from. I've gone through Beaumont and Baytown to get to New Orleans, but I really haven't ever stopped. I think the closest I stopped, I think we went to. Where's the? There's a famous boat out there, Liberty, Victory, Democracy, something like that. There's a famous ship kind of in the area over there, and I forget what it is. It's a national monument or something. Is this the clickbait stream? Yeah, sorry. I need to go change the thumbnail for it because. Hi, Scott. Welcome. Yeah, Beth had a migraine, so she's not joining us today. But she sends her best. So yeah, this would be cool to do like kind of back to front or side to side things you could do. Lift arms. Is it the Lexington, the USS Lexington? That might be it. I don't know if that's in Beaumont or just in the like the ship channel or something northeast of Houston. God, there's also these guys. There's all kinds of Technic. There's also these guys. These would be pretty cool because you can attach pins on the sides to attach plates. Those come in black, so that's good. Oh, they come in dark gray too. Battleship Texas. Lexington is in Corpus. Okay, cool. I think it's Battleship Texas. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Haven't stopped, but driven through. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this. It doesn't have to be too segmented. I'm going to try to keep it simple. And these aren't terribly expensive. 8 cents. Wow. Had no idea. So we're looking at it being pretty straight off the bottom of the leg, which is great. And then I can just build up. I almost want to do just a plate. I'm also getting a little kind of over this model. I don't know if you could tell, but I'm like, I want to start doing other things. All right, is that the length we're looking for? That's a little long. I don't know what I'm going to do next in terms of studio stuff. Microfighters probably, but I've also thought that maybe we should go back to that I'd go back to doing the large Q2 stadium as well. That's such a process, though. That's one of those where I feel like you have to be able to know. You have to know the space you're going to be building it into. You have to know if it's going to be permanent. You have to know if you want to end up doing electrical stuff on it. You know how it's going to be moved. I'm assuming it's going to be moved in just 32 by 32 plate sections, but I mean, some of those you're going to have to like attach. You can't just have these giant towers of 32 by 32 going all the way up. At some point, you're going to have to stack a couple of them together, and they're going to have something holding them. So And I don't know, like if I wanted how much of the grounds around it I want to do. That kind of leads into it a little bit. So I don't have anything with the tail in the back, how big that is, what it looks like. That's a pretty good, that's another small. Can we get a larger size? Large. You're so gutted, haven't been able to build this week. Like, you feel bad that you haven't been able to, or you're just like, I'm over it. I can't build anything right now. That's a pretty good image. This looks like a YouTube channel. So, I mean, it just comes to points. We'll do some of these the same sort of curve slope things on the side, and then just kind of fake some segmentation along here. This is going to be a lot of I think we're going to get away with doing some brackets on this side. Brackets. Probably something along the lines. Oh, you know what was great? So I'm taking apart that bunny and the dream set bunny, and there are some 1x1 by 2/3 or 1 1/3 brackets in like a weird colored blue. That's a great piece. I'm really excited about that piece. So yeah, we can do let's make all these so I'll make all these black. And then underneath, we're going to do, that's pretty flat though. I think we're just going to do, oh, you know, it'd be great. These stupid things. Get a bunch of these stupid things. Reason to buy a bunch of these. But they're only in light blue gray or black. So if we do this, that'll look really cool. And then throw in a hinge plate. I like using these for greeblings. And then one actually will alternate. Right on, right on. And we can do that again farther down. Groovy. Actually, let's make these guys dark gray. Yeah, just too much going on, more annoying, not having build time. I hear you. I also, the ADHD is like in full, like, I like to consider it a flare up of ADHD. Although it's probably ADD, it's probably not ADHD, ADD. And I can ask Beth about it. Beth, do I have ADD or ADHD? What's the third one? Combined. Okay. So, for those not in the know, I'm going to try to relate what Beth said real quick. There's a diagnostic manual called the ID-10, the DSM-5, which is what a lot of basically diagnostic categories fall into. So you she said shut up, she's sleeping. No, she's just on the couch watching Glee and looking at her phone and stuff. She's now that I've talked about mental health, she's going to come in here and correct me. Let me see if I can do this. ADHD is no longer a thing. ADD is no longer a thing. Is no longer a diagnosis in the DSM. It's ADHD, attention type, inattentive type, ADHD, hyperactive type, or ADHD combined type. So those are your three things. I probably have inattentive type. I'm not hyperactive. And is hyperactive a manic thing? Like it's spurts of hyperactivity followed by anxiety or depression, or is it?
Hyperactivity and mania are two different things, but they can mimic each other. A lot of people with ADHD are misdiagnosed with bipolar and vice versa.
Brought you in here so fast. You want to build something while you're in here?
No,
we got 5 minutes.
I look like ass.
You look like ass. Have you seen? Like nobody's not coming to watch my channel. Look at me.
You look fantastic.
I look like I was gonna make a joke about who's the guy in NSYNC who it wasn't NSYNC. Maybe it was. No, not Justin Timberlake. Lance Bass. I look like Lance Bass's sad older cousin. You remember Lance Bass's cousin? He ran that car dealership over in Montrose.
No, I still feel like
Got picked up by the cops for he had a pound of hash on him.
I feel like I'm having eye things, like one eye is not open as much as the other one.
Well, but if you sleep with one eye open and grip your pillow tight.
You can't do this.
Okay. So, yes, I probably am of the attentive type of ADHD. And I only say that because I know that. Ooh, what am I going to do with these? I get real flighty and real spacey and like this conversation we're just having. Curve slope. So what I was saying earlier is the ADHD is in full flare up right now, and this room doesn't help. And I have no real deadlines on anything other than maybe July 4th for Brick Rodeo, but my brain can't even process a 6-month deadline. Like it has no concept of what that really means. So I'm trying to keep up with like, okay, go get this part. Okay, go shopping. You know, go get the things that you need to get. You know, go get those. Go to Bricklink and get those things. And every time I sit down to do it, I'm like, oh yeah, but I got to sort this and I got to sort this, and like, it's just not. It's just kind of a constant struggle. So that looks pretty good. I like that kind of slopey feel to the tail there. Pretty sure Ben said he's growing his goatee to be in the 90s metal tribute band. Yeah. I could shave my head and go as, what's the dude's name from Anthrax? Scott Ian. If you guys don't know, I think it's Scott Ian. Yeah, this dude. Pretty sure I could pull that off. Shave my head and pull that off. I have the jacket. I have the beard. He's got the gray on the outside. I've got the gray on the inside. Plus, I can't play guitar very well. So, anyway. But at one point, I had my hair really short, and I had this really long, and everyone's like, are you going to be Scott Ian for Halloween? I'm like, no. And honestly, I'm not an Anthrax fan. I had to look that up. I had to look him up. I'm like, I don't even know where that is. Oh, this would be perfect. Let's do this plate. Nice. Followed by tile round. Looks like it's got some tan in there or something, so we'll throw a tan in there. All right, so let's copy this whole side. Copy mirror. Move that on over. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I really liked having the blonde hair, and I really liked the way this looks as it grew out. I think it grew out pretty good. It's not a look I would go for like all the time, but I think it turned out okay. What do I want to do over here? But I don't know that I'd do it all the time. And my job doesn't, I don't think, isn't one where I could, have green hair or something like that. It'd be fun, but back in the 80s, they just said to rub some dirt on it or you need behavioral correction. Trust me, I grew up in the 80s. That's if they talk to you at all. What is this? People paying attention to you and stuff. Psh. Not bloody likely. Oh, perfect. That's a perfect piece for right there because it kind of covers a little bit of that. Now the tricky part is going to be, I may end up doing 2 of these on this just so I can fill up the area in here. Now I can't forget that I have to fill in this back area. Let's do a tile. Is it a modified tile? That's a modified plate. I love watching TikTok lately because it is very much a I like watching the Ooh, can I do that? The generational wars and comments where it's like it's Gen X versus Gen Z versus millennials versus zennials versus boomers, whatever. I don't think there's many boomers on TikTok. I think it's a lot of quiet Gen X people. Trying to think, maybe. Yeah, let's just do this. But I do like the it's always the Gen X people like, yeah, go ahead, try me. Is that going to cut into it? Yep, ever so slightly. So that's fine. We'll just leave it like that. It'll lay down. Why are you suddenly not willing to? There you go. Don't necessarily like that a whole lot. I like these when they were a little lower. Let's get rid of that. So, inverted slope. I do like this now, suddenly. I don't need a tile there. I can just do a plate because I'm going to do a curved slope. Oh goodness, it's after 10 o'clock. Wow. Yeah. Thanks for coming by, Scott. Thanks everybody for coming in this afternoon, this evening, tonight. Kind of shocked I didn't see Mayo in here. I usually get a hi hello from him. But yeah, this will go right above the tail there, where the legs go. Perfect. Didn't realize it was so late. Let's go ahead and save this. So Sunday, I'm going to try to get Beth back on here. We'll talk mental health stuff. We'll talk maybe some women's sports, maybe some current events. We'll have to see what's going on if she's feeling up to it. And we'll do some Brickheadz buildings. So join me at 10 a.m. Central on Sunday. Thanks everybody for being here. James, Missy, Scott, Johnny, Greg, Fab. I think Multigasm Geek was in here earlier. Yeah, so thanks for keeping me company. Have a good night. Have a good rest of your night. Have a good weekend. If you celebrate or if you have it off, have a good long weekend. We have MLK coming up. So take care of yourself and take care of each other, and I will talk to you soon. All right, bye.